super quick mini little grocery haul. Still hear this cat. So we're in kind of the home stretch here. I feel like you need a lot of different sections. My birth plan, I guess. Obviously that is kind of terrifying. I was considering getting like a pregnancy therapist or like a doula. That's a huge help. Hey y'all, it's still morning, technically. Good morning. I'm kicking off a new vlog. We just got back from swim class. Ken actually did swim class. You can probably hear him on the phone right now. He did swim class today and I got to just watch, which I love doing swim class with him, but I also love getting to sit on the sidelines and just kind of watch because I can see a little bit more than you can see when you're in the water, and it's so much fun. But anyway, swim class, we call it swim class. It's like swim lessons, obviously. I am, sorry, I kind of had to put you in a weird spot for a second. I have to unload all of the wet stuff from our pool bag. We had to stop and get some groceries as well. And this lighting is obviously really good. I guess we could do super quick mini little grocery haul. We had to stop on the way. We got milk, almond milk. These look so good. I don't think I've had the milk and cookie Chobani Greek yogurts, but those look delicious. We got a whole bunch of those. Some just regular Greek yogurt for Cole, some bagels for the weekend, and then of course a bunch of donuts and a bunch of sushi because it's $5 sushi day. What's happening? Still hear this cat? You'll have to excuse my appearance a little bit. I feel like I look a little bit of a mess, but worked out this morning and then ran right to swim class. So we've had a busy morning, and now in this room officially her name is hung up on the wall. Her name is kind of everywhere, so I have very limited spots in this room where I can sit down and film. But I've mentioned in the last couple of vlogs that I wanted to show y'all some of the caddy stuff that I've put together over the last couple of weeks. Honestly, I'm so caught up with baby stuff. I'm gonna be 30 weeks, today's Friday, on Sunday, so I'm 29 weeks and 5 days, I guess. So we're in kind of the home stretch here, and I'm really caught up. I'm literally at the point where right now I have the toy cleaner, and I'm spraying down and cleaning her new toys, even though she's not even be playing with them for a while. I had Ken wash and kind of sanitize the more kind of plasticky toys that you can actually submerge in water, and then some of them are just spot clean only, so that's where this comes in. So yeah, we're at the point where we're cleaning toys. I can put a picture on the screen. I put all the bottles, they're not washed yet or anything, but I put all I made room in the cabinet where we keep Cole's cups and plates and bowls. I made a little section for bottles for her, so we're really doing kind of those final touch things at this point, which is exciting. But I have my nursing caddy, postpartum caddy. I kind of started packing up this diaper bag here. I have some stuff for the hospital back here, but also a lot of that has her name on it, so I won't be able to show you a ton of it, but I can kind of just show you. I figured this would be kind of a pregnancy baby prep type of vlog where I just kind of show you what I've done recently. And I wanted to start with this diaper bag, which this is not sponsored or anything, but Miss Fong did send this over, and I feel like a lot of y'all might be familiar with this brand on Amazon. I feel like this is one of the more better known and popular diaper bag and just mom bag brands on Amazon. They have such nice stuff. So this is not sponsored, like I said. They just sent this over for me to check out and share with y'all, and this is really nice. Again, it's on Amazon, so it's very accessible. It's definitely affordable, especially compared to a lot of diaper bags that y'all know are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And as much as those are great, I just feel you can get a really good bang for your buck without spending that much. This one is so nice. We haven't fully moved into this in the sense of putting all Cole's stuff in here too, but I recently kind of when I was doing the prep for the nursing caddy and the postpartum caddy and the hospital stuff, I was just sort of pulling out stuff that I knew we would need to add to the diaper bag for her in terms of newborn type stuff, and I threw that stuff in here just to kind of test it out, see how it would work, and kind of play around with this bag. It is a backpack style, which my husband particularly really likes. What I think is great about this one is it has a big huge kind of secret pocket right behind the straps, and it has a really nice metal clasp, and this pocket goes all the way down the entire length of the bag, which is really, really nice. I feel like you could put like a whole ass like coloring book or like a tablet. Like I feel like you could stash a lot in there. Like that's such a roomy pocket. And for me with diaper bags, it's all about pockets and storage and like kind of compartments and stuff, especially now that I'm gonna have a toddler and like a newborn. I feel like you need a lot of different sections. So this is great for that. And honestly, like just the aesthetic of it is really cute. Obviously very gender neutral if your husband or a partner or anybody is carrying this. It's not like overly, you know, girly or anything like that. And the quality just feels so nice. This is obviously not like real leather, but it feels so good. Sorry about that lawnmower. It just feels really nice. It's like kind of like a worn in sort of feeling, if you know what I mean, where it's just like very kind of like bendable. It's not super stiff and it's just really like buttery soft. It has 2 pockets on either side with like some elastic, but of course you could put like a water bottle, a baby bottle, anything like that in there. And then on the front I attached just like this little passy holder, and there's 2 little pockets on either side of like this front pocket, which A is just like handy, but B, I also just kind of like the aesthetic of kind of like that gold zipper with the tassel detail. And in this one I threw the stroller straps, which this does come with, which I think is so great. There's just like little hooks, one on the back and one on the front here, so you can hook these on and then just like hang it over the handle of the stroller, which is honestly, I do that like no matter what. And then there's a really nice like super spacious front pocket in here. I just threw in a couple of like breast pads, like nursing pads for leakage and stuff like that. This is like for me always kind of like the mom pocket, and they even kind of like broke it apart. There's like a little kind of like pouch in the like front section, and then there's a bunch of pouches with like elastic on the back. So for me it's like the perfect place to put my wallet, my camera, my keys, like hand sanitizer, any of just like those little things. So I love that pocket. The mom pocket is so necessary. And of course, I knew this was gonna happen. I grabbed an extra battery because I'm like, watch my battery start dying as soon as I sit down. And it is. And then as far as the inside goes, I honestly put like kind of a ton of stuff in here already. It does come with a changing pad, which is really nice, and it's like folds up nice and tiny. So this I honestly just like shoved right in one of these back pockets. It has like a big zipper pocket back here, which is really deep and really spacious. And then below that, as you can see, there's kind of like 2 just like little pouches. So this fits perfectly into one. I just shoved a couple bibs into the other one. And then it has 2 more of those pouches on each side. So one there and one right down there at the bottom. So again, for water bottles, baby bottles, I shoved a bunch of burp cloths because Cole would like, he went through like 3, 4, 5 burp cloths a day. It was really a whole thing, so I'm just anticipating the same thing. So I put literally so many burp cloths. And then this little front pocket, which is kind of similar to the big zipper on the back. They have basically one that's the whole length of the front, and then there I just put diapers, and then I figure I can throw in like a travel pack of wipes, and that can just be like the perfect spot for wipes and diapers. And then there's 2 more little like pouches kind of right below that zip pocket. So there's a lot of like pouches on the inside. There's literally 6 like little kind of slidey pockets, and then the 2 huge zipper pockets. So there's a ton of area to just kind of like play around, store stuff, which like I said, as a parent of 2 now, I feel like I'm gonna have even more of a need for like compartments and making sure everything's organized. And then there's a huge middle section. This has her name on the other side. There's like a hat in here, and I actually got this little like pacifier holder, which I thought was so cute. It has like little checker print on there, and then it's just like kind of clear. And then I put a nursing cover, since that's obviously something like I don't have in my diaper bag right now, but I'm definitely going to need. And you can kind of see down into the bottom there, there's just like a big huge center space. So yeah, this is a really like nice size. As you can tell, it's not like massive like a duffel bag, but it has a lot of room for a lot of storage, a lot of just like capacity in here. I think it's just really nice. They do have other styles of diaper bags as well, but yeah, I really like this one. I think it is so nice. It is so pretty. I will of course have this linked down below for y'all to check out if you're looking for definitely more affordable Amazon like diaper bag option. So let me put this away, and then I'm gonna grab the camera and I will show you guys my nursing caddy, postpartum caddy, and then some of my like hospital bag stuff. So like I said, a ton of this stuff has her name on it, so I'm not gonna show like every little individual thing. I probably will do some kind of maybe like what I'm packing for the hospital this time, like more in detail. But basically what I've done is I've ordered her like a custom little like cosmetic, just kind of like toiletry type pouch, basically, like I said, just for the little things like headbands and passies and like little hats and just like smaller things that we're bringing with us. And then I also got her this custom, I did the same thing for Cole to bring to to the hospital. I got him like a couple custom little things. I did the same thing with this duffel bag. It has her name on the other side, like embroidered in like different color letters. It's so cute. And then I've just like, I'm not packing my hospital bag yet. Like I said, I'm not even 30 weeks yet, but this is just stuff I've kind of like had like that came in or whatever. So I've sort of just started setting it aside. So I just put in like we're gonna need to collect her cord blood to test her for the genetic disease that Cole has. So I have like that kit in here. And then again, just like some like swaddles. This blanket has her name on it, some burp cloths, a couple different pairs of like PJs, just kind of like some preliminary stuff that I was grabbing. And then I also got these packing cubes for her, which I thought these were so cute. These are off of Amazon and I love, for some reason, I'm like really into lemon print right now. So this like came with this nice bag and then all of the packing cubes inside of it. And then this little bin I've literally just been like throwing random stuff into. I got a new Stanley for labor and delivery, which I'm so excited about. Right now I just have the Stanley quencher and it's fine, but honestly it's so annoying and it spills and it's just so huge. So I'm excited about this one. This is the Ice Flow. So this is a little bit smaller. I think this one is 30 ounces. So it fits in a cup holder and it's a little bit just like smaller and like less clunky, but still has like the carrying handle, which I feel like is so important, especially with like one hand if you're like carrying a baby or something. And then of course it has the straw as well. That'll be for like the hospital / postpartum. I also got the base weekender bag, which I have quite a few base products. I actually have a really good coupon code. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I have a really good coupon code. If y'all want to use it, it gets you a discount, and their stuff is already, to me, fairly affordable but really great quality. So I decided to get the weekender for kind of like my hospital bag. I'm sure we'll need to bring like a little carry-on suitcase of some kind just for like extra stuff like blankets and stuff for Ken, pillowcases, all of that, but this will just be kind of like for my stuff. This is the one that has kind of like the separate compartment on the bottom, and then it has a little front pocket, like tiny pocket in the back, and then a bunch of pouches on the inside. It has the shoulder strap. So this is just a weekender size, so it's, I feel like, gonna be the perfect size for what I'm gonna need. Obviously I'm gonna be in the hospital gown like majority of the time, but just for like my nursing bras and going home outfit and just like little things like that. And then I showed this in my last vlog. Y'all would have seen this. This is the Free People just like quilted like shoulder bag, and I got this specifically for kind of like almost like my purse essentially. I'll throw my bum bag, which is what I always use for like my actual purse, but then I'll use this just for like my kind of need to have at hand necessities. I'm sure I'll throw my Stanley in there, and then I'll have like my book and my iPad, my charger, like I said, like my wallet, any of the paperwork that I need to bring to the hospital, stuff like that. And then other than that, I've just thrown in here, I washed all of my nursing bras and tanks the other day, so I just set aside I think 2 bras and then 1 tank I just threw in here. This is just like a big black like t-shirt maxi dress I got from H&M that I'll probably just wear home. And then this is not going to the hospital, but this is our little welcome baby flag that we'll put outside in the days leading up to her arrival. And then a charger I bought, some non-slip socks that I got. These will probably go in her bag, but just some sound machine type things. So yeah, I'm not like packed as you can tell, but I've just sort of been setting stuff aside as I've been going to hopefully make when I do pack a little bit easier, because I'll have stuff kind of like at the ready. And then how cute is this freaking thing I have hanging on her closet? I love it. Going in here is where I stored the other caddies. I just realized I'll probably put this in my hospital bag. I didn't have this last time, and honestly I feel like I really wish I had. This is one of those like after belly bands. It's like a 3-in-1 postpartum belt sort of thing. It's for obviously if you have a C-section or not, like your whole midsection just literally feels like a loose rubber band after you leave the hospital. So my girlfriend suggested this. I wish I had this last time, because I mean I had a C-section last time, but I also just felt so uncomfortable. So I'm actually gonna throw this. I had it with my postpartum stuff because obviously like it is a postpartum product, but I'm gonna throw this with my hospital stuff because I feel like I'm gonna probably want to wear this like, ASAP. But kind of going along with that, here is my little postpartum caddy, and then I have my nursing caddy here. Oh my gosh, how awkward is this to film in this like lighting in the closet. Before I show the postpartum caddy, I did kind of want to talk for a second about like my, I don't know, my birth plan, I guess, kind of. So I had a C-section. It was like an emergency C-section technically last time with Cole, but it wasn't like an emergency situation. Thankfully, Cole was like never in distress. He was always like perfectly comfortable. His heart rate was always like really stable and stuff like that. So it was an emergency in the sense that I had been induced like 48 hours previously. So like my water had been broken for a while. I had already been in labor for a long time, and then I had already pushed for 4 hours. So it was more just a situation of like Cole was like kind of on his way out, but like he wasn't coming out. He ended up being almost 10 pounds and his head was just ginormous. So he essentially just got stuck, which obviously we couldn't really have anticipated that. It was honestly fine. Like, it went perfectly smoothly. I had a really super smooth, I mean, it didn't go, I'm not gonna say it went great because it was hell. My labor and delivery last time was literally like hell. Like, it was very traumatic. It was very like just so drawn out. I went like 3 days without eating anything. I went like 3 days without really sleeping. By the time I was on the operating table, I was just like so completely out of it. I was like puking, I was shaking. They literally had to like put a heater on me because my teeth were chattering so much from just being so cold and so out of it. I literally couldn't talk because all I could do was like my teeth was it was just, my epidural had like super worn off. Even the local anesthesia, like I could still kind of feel them like operating on me. It was like literally the worst experience ever. So I'm trying to avoid that this time. I'm hoping, this is all just to say that I'm considering and hoping to potentially have a VBAC or do a VBAC, but I also know that that's potentially not an option. I mean, it is an option for me. I am like a perfectly like qualified candidate for a VBAC in terms of like where my incision was and the reason for having to have a C-section, and it's gonna have been 2 years in between my last C-section and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely am like a good candidate for it. It's more a matter of me like not being so terrified of it, and I think it's a little bit the risk, which the risk of a uterine rupture is obviously higher if you've had a C-section. Anyone can have it though, whether you've had a C-section or not. But even if you've had, the chances are like 0.02 to like 0.06 or something. Like, it's so unlikely that it could happen, but it could happen, and there's really no warning signs or any way to like anticipate it happening. Like, you could just be in labor and then it can happen. It can happen before you push, while you're pushing, like it could happen anytime. And obviously that is kind of terrifying because that puts me and her both in like a really high risk, like super emergency type of situation, and then obviously makes the ensuing C-section even more risky than C-sections already are, because of course it's like very rushed and there's not good things are happening inside of you. So I am a little bit nervous about that, but I've also a little bit come to terms with that. I think it's more so that if she's big like Cole was, then me and my doctor have agreed we're not gonna try it, just because I don't want to be induced again. I did not the process of being induced for me was not enjoyable, and of course it could go different, but I think as it stands right now I do not want to be induced. And because of what happened last time, just with Cole being on the bigger side and him just like not fitting essentially, it just wouldn't be worth it to even try for a VBAC if she's bigger or she has a really big head or whatever. Like, we just don't want a repeat of last time. The plan is essentially, if she's small enough, we're saying like if she's at or below 8-ish pounds, obviously that's just like an estimate, but if she's on like the medium to smaller side, if I go into labor on my own, which obviously I'm hoping to since I don't want to be induced, and obviously if she's in like the right position, of course if she's not breech or anything, then I'm gonna go for a VBAC. So kind of like the stars sort of need to align for all that to happen. Otherwise, I'll probably just go ahead and schedule another C-section. I think most likely the situation is going to be either A, that I'm not going to go into labor on my own. I didn't last time, and of course every pregnancy is different, but I don't know if that will happen. And I'm anticipating her not being small. I mean, I've gained a lot less weight with this pregnancy, and obviously she's a girl, so girls tend to just be a little bit smaller babies anyway. But I think with Cole being big, a lot of times like if you have big babies, you just kind of have big babies. So I'm gonna actually ask at my next appointment for an early growth scan. Obviously they usually do one at like 35-36 weeks, but I'm gonna try to ask for one sooner than that, just to see like where we're tracking, because if she's already like a pound, you know, or significantly ahead of like where she should be size wise, then I can just like stop stressing about VBAC and we can just schedule the C-section. But if VBAC's even on the table based on her size, I kind of want to know so I can really kind of process it. I was considering getting like a pregnancy therapist or like a doula or somebody to kind of like help me work through the whole VBAC kind of situation and like the approach to it and stuff. But I just don't even know if that's like an option in the sense of, you know, all the things I've listed. So basically, I don't know. It's definitely up in the air. I think obviously everyone's labor and delivery is up in there. Like, you can always have a plan, but you never can know how it's actually gonna play out. That's kind of what we're thinking right now. So that's all of that is to also say that this postpartum caddy is prepped a little bit with like either option kind of on the table, and of course I can adjust it if I find out I am gonna do a C-section or whatever. So keep that in mind when I'm showing you this. The only thing that's not in here that I'm planning on purchasing, A, if I know I'm having a C-section, and B, with like one of my registry completion coupons, is like the silicone C-section scar strips. It's not like the tape, it's actually from Freedom Mom. It's not like this, it's not the scar tape, but it's like these silicone like patches that you put over your incision, and they're reusable, I'm pretty sure, for a certain number of times, and I've heard really good things about those just in terms of like the comfort and the healing and all of that kind of stuff. But in terms of everything else, honestly, a lot of this is pretty similar to I can link up my last postpartum caddy, my last nursing caddy, my last diaper caddy, my last diaper bag, like all of my videos from last time if y'all are curious. But I just have this like little basket here, and I have just a ton of like maternity slash like postpartum underwear. These are just like the really, like, they're granny panties. They're super big, super high-waisted, so like they're supportive. They're good for putting like these really big, these are like the really big extra long pads. They're perfect for that. You can also get the ones that are like the period panties, so they will actually like kind of absorb any, you know, leakage or anything like that. But I have literally just a massive stack of these because that's all I wore for weeks and weeks and weeks last time. So I do have the extra long pads here. I have some of the mesh underwear from last time as well as kind of like an alternative to these. A little bit more lotion. These are the diapers more or less that I wore last time. I can't remember the brand. I used these last time as well, so these are also kind of an alternative to like the mesh underwear and the regular underwear if you just like don't even want to mess around with the pad. These are really great. And then I ordered some more stool softener. In my opinion, you need this regardless of whether you have a C-section or not. This is definitely a must-have. And then I have Dermaplast. This is from last time. We still had it, so I figured I'd put it in here in case. And then this is one of those like freezer like ice pack pads that you can like put in, you know, your underwear if you need something just like a little bit cooling. There's the pad underneath of it, and then this is just kind of like a little case that slips over it so you can wash that. And then of course I have a little bit of nipple cream here. I have nipple cream everywhere because that's like a must-have. I have some Tucks. Those are like the medicated like witch hazel pads, and then I have a Peri bottle as well, also from last time that I never used. So some of this I am repurposing because I never used it last time since I had a C-section, but some of it I know I'm gonna need, like regardless of what kind of delivery I have. That's my little postpartum basket. I just think it's so cute and perfect and everything fits just right. But like I said, I will add the C-section scar pad. And then this is just kind of like my nursing slash like pumping caddy. It's kind of like a catch-all just for like all things like boob related more or less. So this actually came in a set. These are like the nipple ice packs, or just like kind of the boob ice packs. So again, you can put the ice pack in the freezer. This is just a little case. These are great if your nipples are bothering you, if your just boobs in general are bothering you. These are awesome. And then I have a bunch of pumping slash nursing bras. These do both. And then this is a nursing cover, which obviously for the most part at home I don't really use, but if we have company or anything like that, and I just like feel like I need something like that, I have it in here. And then this is just literally like all the other things. Little like a pump cleaner, again more nipple cream. I always keep a Sharpie to label the baggies after you like pump, so you know when you pumped it and how much is in there. A little chapstick because you never know when you're gonna need that. A little thing of tissues, a bunch of breast pads. These are the disposable ones. Then I also have a couple of the reusable ones, and then kind of like some baby things. I have like some lotion and a little baby nail clipper, just like incidental baby type stuff, including little extra pair of like mittens. This is a little extra scrunchie. This came in so handy last time. I highly recommend this. This is from, it's on Amazon, the La Vie brand. It's just like a little manual like massage roller. Whenever I was getting kind of like uncomfortable or I felt like something was getting clogged, I used this and like a hot water bottle, like a heat pack, something like that, and it was a complete game changer. I feel like it saved me. I never got a clogged duct or like mastitis or anything like that last time. So that's a huge help. And then I have a couple of milk catchers. I have a Haka. I need to find it. I thought it was going to be with all of this stuff, but it wasn't. But these are just like the milk catchers that you can just put in your bra when you're nursing, or honestly just to wear around to catch any leakage. I have a little set of glasses, wipes, a little mini hand sanitizer, and then some breast milk storage bags. I usually keep like a whole bunch of these in kind of like the bin where I keep all my pump parts and stuff, but I have some backups here. And then I also have these silicone little pads, these Soothy gel pads. These also like saved my life last time when your nipples are hurting. Even getting these cold is great, but even just like room temperature, these will help soothe your nipples so much. This for me is like a 150% like must-have product. I never used these nipple shields before, but I have this from last time, so I figured, like, as you can tell, it's not even opened. So I threw those in here in case I end up needing those for any reason. So yeah, this little pocket is just kind of all the little things. And then I actually did purchase this off of Amazon. I don't know if I'm gonna use it, if I'm gonna either be able to or end up collecting any colostrum, especially like before she's born. You can technically start collecting colostrum, I think, at like 36 weeks safely. It kind of depends, and obviously talk to your doctor. But I've seen a lot of people talk about these little colostrum collectors that you can use and then, you know, just freeze to save for later. So I just got a little 2-pack. We'll see if I end up using those. And then I just have like a little burp cloth. And then I did not do this with Cole, mostly because he never took bottles, and mostly because I didn't really pump a lot. But I definitely want to do, and if y'all follow Carrie Locker, I don't know how to say her last name, on Instagram, she talks a lot about like pooling your pumping sessions. So I got one of these mason jars. This is off Amazon with kind of like this flip top, like a pourable lid and a little handle, so you can pool your pumping sessions. Basically just for like a 24-hour period, you can kind of just like put all your milk in something like this. Dr. Brown's also has like a mixing kind of like pooling pitcher you can use as well. But this is just like a super extra large mason jar, and you can just put all your pumping sessions from the day all like together in here. It kind of helps distribute like the nutrients. So, like if one pumping session, for example, is more fatty, one's a little more watery, things like that, you can kind of just like mix it all together and kind of like more evenly distribute the different types of milk and nutrients and stuff throughout the day. But I also think it kind of makes it easier for kind of pouring bottles depending on how much they want to drink, rather than having like 5 or 6 bottles just taking up a ton of space in your fridge. You can just have this in your fridge and grab a fresh bottle each time, fill it up, and then obviously if they need a little bit more, you can just, you know, pour some more from here and all of those type of things. You only have this to wash at the end of the night, rather than 100,000 different like bottles or, you know, reusable milk bags and things like that. So we're definitely going to try that method this time. So I just kind of have that in here for now. And that's pretty much it. The only other thing I have over here is this like a gigantic battery. Y'all would have seen it in the last vlog, but I got like a hands-free pumping situation, the Willow 3 or the Willow Go, whatever of the Willow product that's like hands-free, just stick it in your bra. I'm so excited to have one of those, but I also have the Spectra from my pregnancy with Cole, and you do have to plug that into the wall, which is what I don't love about it. But this battery actually works with the Spectra. You just charge up this battery, and then you can plug the Spectra into this battery. It's basically just like a giant portable battery, kind of like you use for your phone, but this has a lot more juice, and you can actually plug the Spectra into this, and then it basically makes the Spectra into like the cordless Spectra, so you don't have to be plugged into the wall. You can sit on the couch or do whatever, as long as you have this, you know, battery to power it. So that kind of goes along with this stuff, but I will use that specifically for my Spectra, since obviously my like hands-free Willow one will already be charged up. Yeah, that is my like kind of pumping / nursing caddy, postpartum caddy, hospital things. You've now seen it all. I think I showed this whenever I did like my little nursery tour type of situation, but I did get a manual breast pump this time as well. I didn't have one last time, so I'm excited about that, since that's technically kind of nursing related. And then I also have a bunch of the Nano Baby breast milk bags, and then like the kind of like lay flat and freeze like that little container, help you freeze them flat and then also store them, thaw them, all that kind of stuff. So speaking of nursing things, really quick popping in before I wrap up this vlog. I've clearly gotten changed. We just got a package in from Colombia and ordered the kiddos a couple of things. I figured, since I have the camera out, I would vlog really quick. I wanted to get some kind of like lighter weight, kind of like fall options for Cole. So I got him just kind of like the classic like fleece zip up. I thought this orange shade was so pretty for like the fall. I love this tone. It's super soft fleece. I got this in a 3T, and then I got this as kind of like a windbreaker, like a raincoat sort of thing. How cute is this? I love the black and gray. It'll like match with everything. Again, just like a good like fall jacket. And then this I got for her for next fall and winter, just because like I could not order this print. Like I wish they had this in an adult size. Like I would have 100% got this for myself. How cute is this pattern and these colors? It's the same exact like type as this, just kind of like your standard like fleece zip up. It's got the little pockets, but I mean, can you even? How stinking cute. I seriously wish they made this in my size. Mama. I would get it. Mama. Hey baby, do you want to say hi to the camera? Come here. Oh, you gotta back up, they can't see you. Hold on. Who is it? Carrie. And who else? Mama. Yeah, can you wave hi? Good job. Okay, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. When I tell y'all, filming like takes so much out of me nowadays, and honestly even editing, I like have such a hard time editing because I cannot stay awake. I already like, even pre-pregnancy, whenever I would edit, had a hard time like staying awake. It's not even that it's boring. I feel like it's just like not relaxing either. I don't know what the like reasoning is for it, but I just like have a hard time staying awake when I'm editing. And even like yesterday, Cole actually took a huge nap, so I ended up taking a little bit of a nap during his nap because I was just so exhausted. I sat down with my book and just kind of relaxed a little bit during his nap, which was really great. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna basically wrap up this vlog. I know it wasn't like super like vloggy, but I want to make sure that I showed y'all just kind of like the caddy stuff and kind of like what I've set aside. But I didn't want to do like a super official like what's in my nursing caddy, what's in my postpartum caddy video, just because I literally did that last time. I have one from, you know, not even 2 years ago. Like I said, I will link those down below, and it's so similar, so I didn't really feel the necessity to like completely replicate those videos again. So I figured just kind of like showing y'all kind of like a high level overview in the vlog would make a little bit more sense. Today's actually really exciting. And Charlotte FC, which is our local like MLS soccer team, is playing Inter Miami today, which is obviously where Messi plays, and it's in the Leagues Cup, so we weren't like originally gonna have this game scheduled. We just won all the league games so far, which is shocking for us because we're really not very good. So honestly, I don't like anticipate us winning tonight, but it is very exciting. It's a really like big game getting to play in Miami against Messi, especially because they're coming here. Miami's coming here to Charlotte to play, but we have turf, so Messi doesn't play on turf, so he wouldn't be playing the game. So it's pretty cool that we're gonna get a chance to play Messi at his like home field, while he'll actually like be playing in the game rather than, you know, on the sidelines like he will be when he comes to Charlotte. So anyway, total side note, but it's kind of an exciting day. We're really excited for the soccer game tonight. If y'all are into MLS or professional soccer, then that's what we're excited about right now. But anyway, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this vlog. I hope that this was helpful, but if there's anything in particular that I showed that y'all are curious about in terms of like specific things that I mentioned, definitely let me know in the comments and I can go ahead and link them for you. I'll like respond to your comment with the link, and I'll go ahead and throw them in the description box as well if there are like certain things that people are curious about and want links for. Definitely let me know. Let me give y'all a quick little bump date situation. Is this a good view? Obviously I'm sitting, so it's a little hard to see, but like I'm massive. I seriously don't know how I have room for like, you know, 9 more weeks of her growing in there. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you would like to subscribe, would love to have you. We have so much fun here, and until next time, I will see y'all in our next video. Bye guys.